Arts Alive is brought to you by Enbridge. As a Canadian leader in corporate social responsibility, we see culture and community as one of 4 key building blocks for a sustainable community. To learn more about how we're helping build sustainable communities, visit enbridge.com.
Hello, I'm Kathleen Rennie. On Arts Alive today, the heat is on in Saigon, or should I say Calgary, with the new production of the musical Miss Saigon. That's an excerpt from Miss Saigon's famous opening number, The Heat is On in Saigon. The University of Calgary Operatic Company is staging a production of the Hélène Boublil and Claude Michel Schoenberg musical that was first staged in 1989. Boublil and Schoenberg are also the team behind Les Miserables. Briefly, the story tells of a doomed romance between an American soldier and a Vietnamese bar girl at the end of the war in Vietnam. Colleen Whitten, artistic director of the University of Calgary Operatic Company, says she started the group back in 2007 after watching an evening recital at the university.
I went to a year-end concert and they were doing a recital of one of the early operettas, and they did it basically as a staged concert performance. And I leaned over to my friend and I said, this is my first year being here in Calgary and being involved at the university. And I said, did they ever do a staged production? And she said, no, but we would love to. So my heart beat a little faster because that, of course, had become a passion of mine. So I talked to the department head, I talked to some professors, and the operetta company was created.
How does the operetta company integrate with the University of Calgary and the work it does?
It's actually a course, so students that are enrolled at the University of Calgary can take it as a full course credit.
But you don't have to be a university student to participate in the show, do you?
No, you don't. We have opened it up to community members because we really love the energy that the students bring, and we really love the energy that the community members bring.
Now, what really is the difference between an operetta and a musical?
An operetta, it comes out of the opera tradition, and the opera tradition was very serious material, and it was a full-sung production. When, like, Gilbert and Sullivan started to write, the audience wanted something a little lighter, something more comedic, and so the operetta genre was formed. Usually they were a little bit shorter plays as well. So basically the operetta is a full-sung production, but it is lighter in material. The musical theater is more an American style genre, and it's a little more contemporary, but it's more an American base, whereas the operetta is more European.
Why did you decide to produce Miss Saigon this year?
When I pick a show for this particular company, I look at a show that will be relevant to students, interesting to students, as well as I need a little bit of depth to the storyline. So Miss Saigon sort of fit all that. There's a real depth to the storyline that the students can relate to. This whole idea of war and prejudice and how love can come through all of that.
And when you talked earlier about, operetta coming out of the opera tradition, in the case of Miss Saigon, it comes directly out of Madame Butterfly.
Exactly. Puccini wrote it, and the first performance was in 1904. And Boublil and Schoenberg took the storyline directly from Madame Butterfly and, of course, changed it to be more modernized, taking into account the Vietnam War and all of the issues that are surrounding that particular war. But it very closely follows the storyline of Madame Butterfly.
Through your research for the production, did you find out what inspired Boublil and Schoenberg to do Miss Saigon in the first place?
There was a photograph that they saw, and it was from the Vietnam War, and it had quite a number of children and women in it. And that was their starting point. And it was their dream then to write a musical that showed sort of the personal story behind war, and not just what we hear on headlines, but how it affects women and children and sort of the normal people. And that was their basis for writing the whole show.
Another song from Miss Saigon, this one called Sun and Moon, and I was speaking with Colleen Whiddon. Miss Saigon takes place from January 14th to the 23rd at the University Theatre. For tickets and information, call 403-220-7202 or visit miss-saigon.ca. I'm Kathleen Rennie, and that's Arts Alive for today.